I shall be a servant of the Holy Quran as long as I am alive. I am the soil of the way of the prominent Muhammad. Whoever extracts other words from these words of mine, I will be complaining about both the reporters and those words. The exalted Mevlana, the Sultan of the Hearts, the sovereign beatitude, the spiritual soldier to whom the meaning of the Hadith, the Prophet's teachings, was revealed. Scholars are the successors of the Prophets. He is the Sun of Reality who shines over mankind, and whose light we are now more in need of than ever. The exalted Mevlana felt love as he wrote, "It left nothing of myself in me." This understanding developed real freedom, which inspired waves of love-based teachings to mankind. The Mevlevi sect was established by Sultan Veled, the son of Mevlana, on the basis of decency, and in accordance with the teachings of the exalted Mevlana and the saying, "The whole meaning of the Holy Quran comes down to decency." This sect has invited humanity to partake of goodness, truth, love, tolerance, and in short, good morality by following wise and mature sheikhs, heads of the dervish order, for many centuries, and has established places, norms, and behavior perfectly. In the lodges of the Mevlevi dervishes, many muzahib, people who ornament pages with gilt, mujallit, bookbinders, miniaturists and artists, poets and calligraphers of their age, and eminent composers and singers of Turkish music were educated in theoretical and practical training along with the decency of Sufism. In one respect, these institutions are on the same level as faculties of fine arts and conservatories of today. With Konya as the center, the Mevlevi sect has flourished especially in Anatolia, the Balkans, Cyprus, the Arabian Peninsula, and North Africa, and many statesmen, scholars, and artists were among their members. The Mevlevi became the source of inspiration and incentive and the driving force in the creation of innumerable scientific inventions and works of art, completely representing the Islamic civilization. Members of the Mevlevi sect can be classified in three groups. The ones who earn the title of Dede, a senior dervish, by Chile, religious retreat. The ones who fulfill the obligations of a dervish by following the customs of the Mevlevi sect, but without having done the Chile. The Muhibs, friends, the ones who learn from the teachings of Mevlana's servants by attending dervish lodges and who are not a Dede or dervish. The word Chile is a Sufi term derived from the Persian number 40, meaning to deal with praying and solitude in a clean and quiet place for a 40-day period while minimizing food, drink, and sleep. In various sects, the dervishes undergo the period of Chile in a small chamber called Chilehane, the place of religious retreat, or Halvethane, private place. This practice is based on the verse in the Quran indicating the prophet Moses prayed on Mount Sinai for 40 nights for divine inspiration, expounded upon by the prophet Muhammad saying, "The tongue of the person who spends 40 days for Allah in intimacy is nourished with springs of wisdom." In the Mevlevi sect, Chile is to work in 18 different services for a period of 1001 day in accordance to the Mevlevi system. The period of Chile refers to the total number of days that the exalted Mevlana spent in halvet, solitude, during his lifetime. 1001 days corresponds to the 1001 names of Allah. The object of Chile is to gain the consent. Riza means consent, and when calculated in Ebjed, the Arabic numerical alphabet, its value matches 1001. The place of Chilekesh, long-suffering, where one undergoes the period of Chile to eliminate worldly worries, is the Matba'u Sharif, the kitchen, and no one but the Chilekesh and Tekke Zabits, dervish lodge officers, can enter. Along with the Konya Asitane, which is the center of the Mevlevi sect, Chile is carried out in the Mevlevihane, convents in Afyon, Kütahya, Galata, Yenikapı, Aleppo, and Cairo. These institutions consist of a Matba'u Sharif, kitchen, a Semahane, place to perform ritual movement, Masjid, a small mosque, a Selamlik, a gentleman's apartment, a Harem, wife or woman's apartment, dervish chambers, tombs, and a Hamushan, burial ground. The one seeking decency by taking heed to what the exalted Pir Mevlana says, come closer, even closer, and closer. The ones believing that bitterness will turn to sweetness, and sickness to health with love. The ones taking their troubles to heart, never considering a moment spent without love. These have become the rings of decency and the love chains of this sect. They praise, O my Lord who opens doors, please open auspicious doors for me as well, while at the door they bow their heads. The door to which admission is given is the Mevlana Dergah, dervish lodge, which is the Kaaba of the lovers. One enters in order to purify oneself, obtain a clear conscience, and reach maturity. It is the place where diseases of the heart are cured and weakness is eradicated. O tongue, if you want your weakness to be gone, come under the sikke, tall felt hat of Mevlana the Exalted. The Nevniaz, the novice dervish who is willing to suffer Chile, sits on the sakapelt, leather rug, in the kitchen which is called the Nevniaz for 3 days. If he carries out the services and endures what is asked of him, being disregarded as if he were not there, and agrees to join the Sufi way, he is taken before the Kukdede to get his admission at the end of 3 days. In the Mevlevi sect, having the understanding, we have admission to the intimate circle with loyalty. Violating this admission is unacceptable. The John, brother who has completed the 18-day errand boy duty, is given an arakia, a mohair cap, kitchen tenure, white religious robes with large skirts, and an elefin nemed, a wide belt made of felt, and the instruction of the Kukdede. The John, dressed in dervish costume and having removed his ordinary clothes, is taken to the Stalker Dede. The John performs 18 services, starting from errand boy to various services such as Cheraje, lampman, sweeper, shopper, dishwasher, abrizji, latrine cleaner, and washman under the charge of the Stoker Dede, his spiritual teacher for 1001 days. He is informed about the history of the sect, he is taught Persian, and he reads the necessary books along with the Mesnawi. According to his skill, he is trained in calligraphy, music, tezib, gilding, poetry, and practical sema, ritual movement. At the end of the 1001 day period spent doing the 18 different services, the John, coming to the field prepared for the evening, meets the Dedes, followed by the Sartarik, Sheikh. Later, the John enters the kitchen and prays. He reads the Sartarik Gulbank, a short prayer. After this ceremony, the John is confined to his chamber for 3 days and then is taken to the sectarian Dede by the baseman. he is dressed in a destegul, a long-sleeved dervish garment, a ceremonial cardigan, and his sikke, and he recites the tekbir saying, Allahu Akbar. The tenure symbolizes the burial cloth, the cardigan, a sepulchre, and the sikke, the tombstone. In this way, the Mevlevi dervishes experience the secret of dying before you die. That is, they are cooked and burnt in the oven of the kitchen of the dergah to which they came raw. After the 18 days of Chile, he completes his service by practicing the Evrad, Quranic prayers read daily, and the Ezkar, religious songs taught by the Ser Tariq and the Çelebi Efendi. Then he gets the title of Dede and becomes the owner of the chamber. The Mevlevi teachers, bearers of real love and special friends of secret love, bring to pass an excellent revolution in the hearts of their followers with their deep looks, causing a fountain of fays, prosperity, and almost changing the soil to gold. The Mevlevi, who have only fakir, meaning poverty, towards Allah and need no one else but Him, become scornful of the world and make do with less, are concerned with their cleanliness and integrity, and especially with their spiritual growth and maturity and intellectual tactfulness, and have their social lives affected deeply. A dervish is a person who purifies himself from the love of the world, hypocrisy, worldliness, falsehood, and lust, which are symbolized by the Arabic letters Dal, Ra, Vav, Ye, and Shin. Here these dervish semazens, the whirling dervishes, start the sema, ritual movement, by tilting their necks moodily as if they were reaching for reality and giving thanks for what they get from Allah.